All right, to attach your face frame, make sure that it's gonna fit, first and foremost. Make sure that your width, when you hold it flush, right at your bottom shelf and right at your top, make sure that it's hanging over by some amount. Why is it hanging over? Why do I want this bigger? I told you this. Why, Caleb?
We're gonna roll it down.
Okay, you're gonna use a flush trim router bit to take it down dead on flush. And then what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna show you, and I'm only gonna do this just to kind of walk you through. Go in each corner. You're gonna do one here. I put another one right about here. Okay, it could be up here, it could be below the shelf, or this could actually be in the shelf. I don't care which route you go. Then you'd put another one over here and another one over here. Everybody see this nail? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the part where you're gonna want glasses on. You know what this side, what you call, well, what is this?
Pliers.
What is it?
Side cutters.
Side cutters, more commonly called, okay? Not, usually snips are referring to an aviation snips, like a tin snips. So, do you know what this side is called of it? Of any type of a snipping tool or alignment pliers or even a needle nose pliers? Everybody watch close. Watch close while I can't cut it. Okay, what happened? It shot up. Did you see that? That's called the barrel. This side is called the barrel. On alignments, pliers, or whatever. Just be cognizant of the fact that it's gonna shoot out in that direction. Follow me? Why did I put a nail in there just to clip it off? What do you think?
So you can like take the face frame and set it on there, and then like tap it down a little bit.
Wait, but why didn't I just do that anyway? Why didn't I just put it on?
Because you want a little notch in the back.
What that's gonna do, if everybody can kind of look, or if you can take the phone and kind of eyeball it, everybody get where you can kind of see this corner. Get down at that level. Everybody see that like 16th inch amount of gap? Oh, Elijah's pretty much right. You're gonna have all 4 points. Okay, you're gonna have a point here, a point there, a point there, and a point here, right? When I'm happy and I center it, I want equal amounts over here as over here. When I'm happy with it, and I flush it up with the top, let me give that just a little tap with my hand, or a slight tap with my hammer. Okay, don't wheel the heck out of it and leave big hammer tracks all over it. But right now it kind of embeds, and I'm actually gonna pull it off. You'll see a little dimple here. That's where that nail is, okay? The nail is gonna leave, like it leaves a real chiselly sharp point, okay? So now everybody just make believe that that's what I was running with, okay? Boom, 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 I hit my 4 corners. Now what? What do you think?
Use a nail gun or use a nail gun.
Okay, you could use an air powered nail gun. That works. Casey, Elijah, what's the downside to using a nail gun?
Shoot it out the side.
What's the downside to using a nail gun? Yeah, a negative, a possible negative. What? And it'll shoot out the side. Okay. Be very, very careful. If you're going to use the air nailer, you're welcome to. Absolutely. These are more fail-safe. I prefer this. Like, I'll just tell you straight up, I prefer this. Use this holder, and what you're going to do is you're going to work your way down. Okay, do we ever just nail things together?
No.
No,
Do
you
we
gotta
ever
glue it.
just screw things together?
No.
What do we do?
Glue it.
We glue it. You guys know these premises.
Yeah.
Like I'm more reviewing where you're at and what you're doing. You're gonna run a bead of glue down this side. You're gonna run a bead of glue across the top. You're gonna run one down this side. You're gonna run one across the bottom shelf. If you have any glue remnants from anything before, you may want to take a utility knife, a little scraper, chisel, whatever you can to knock that off flat. When you attach it, you're going to run that bead of glue. You're going to have these 4 points of nails. You're going to start on one area or another. I recommend starting on a side. So I would start on this side if this was me. I would start here. I put a nail about every 8 inches. This distance gives me give or take 8 inches. Well, I'm going to put one near the top. I'm going to put one somewhere in here. And now we're going to have a piece of trim that's going on here that's 2 3/4. I'm going to put that nail there, okay? This cabinet is sitting over here that you'll be able to, bless you, you'll be able to look at where the nail holes are, and feel free, use the resources around you. On the rails, I would put one in the center, or some people prefer to stagger off the center and go like 4 inches that way and that way, okay? It's kind of a horse and beast of what you decide. But again, you want to space about 8 inches. You're going to notice that I grabbed some of these clamps. This style should be perfectly straight, right?
Yeah.
All right. This style should be perfectly straight, as you machined it as such, right? Was this plywood perfectly straight that you were working with? Not at all, okay? That's where these clamps come in. Sometimes I'll attach the top, I'll attach the bottom, because when you put your box together, you should have squared it up so that that point and this point, everything is square. Then what we can do is we can squeeze this in like this, or you can do exactly the opposite and set this up as a spreader. And this sometimes gets you gotta get a little more creative, but you're all smart, intelligent young men and women. That sometimes you can get it so that it works, but a lot of times, depending on your application. This one, you're gonna need to put blocks in between the pad and the plywood if you wanna squeeze it out. What's gonna be your gauge on how to straighten it? Plain and simply, I feel with my finger right here how much I have hanging over. I feel with my finger here. I feel over here, and I just want to make sure that it's pretty parallel. Okay, go with your gut. There's not a good way to take a ruler or anything and try to measure it. Go with your gut. Feel with your hand. That's going to tell you everything that you need to know. Comprende?
Yep.
When you put your nails in, remember, get them close with the hammer. This is just like attaching your bottom shelf to your stretchers on your table. And then you're going to use your nail set to set these below the surface. Any questions? As soon as you're done with that, then you're going to begin onto your top or your trim. Cool?
Cool.